Ted, I know you don't have much time with us here. You got to go. One last thing, as I'm the local chapter president of the Alaska Machine Gun Association, and we want to invite you up. This 4th of July, we had about 10,000 rounds and 1,500 pounds of explosives to celebrate that great 4th of July. We'd love to invite you back up. Next time you're up, make sure you give us a call, and we'll treat you right out there.
Well, 10,000 rounds of that explosive would be a good warm-up act for my average afternoon. All I can tell you is that I am a Class 3 owner, and I've got a most magnificent, it's a 10 millimeter, but the gunsmith actually put 10 millimeter on
10 millimeter.
I have
cool.
a 10 millimeter MP5 submachine gun silenced. I have an M4, and I'm actually going with the great hero of the U.S. Navy SEALs, Marcus Luttrell, and I have been requisitioned to back down the pig population of Texas. We're going up in a helicopter with my M16, my M4, and my MP5, and we're going to fix the pig problem.
We're going to fix it. I just got to tell you.
I don't know how to have any fun at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had MG42s, we had RPK, we had a 50 cal, we had a 1919, we had a whole bunch of sub guns. I mean, we just go a little crazy out there, and you're our kind of crazy. So that's
brass rainbows forever, baby.
Absolutely, absolutely, Brother Ted Nugent. I sure appreciate it. We look forward to hearing from you again on the show.
Michael Dukes, Godspeed to all my blood brothers in Alaska, and Sarah Palin, God bless you and your family. Carry on, Godspeed, and the Nugent family is here anytime for any reason for whatever you might need help with.
Hey, thank you so much, and you just enjoy it down there in our little sister city, our little sister state, Texas, and I hope to see you up here real soon, Ted.
Barbecue forever, Sarah.
All right, Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent, thanks for joining us on the program. All right, folks, we're going to take about a 60-second, 90-second delay here. We're going to be back. Don't go anywhere. The Michael Dukes Radio Show and Firearms Friday is going to continue here in just a moment on the Heartbeat of Alaska. All right, 458-TALK, 458-8255 is the phone number. Governor Sarah Palin is our guest. We got about 25 minutes before the top of the hour. Email address, me, at michaeldukeshow.com. There's a chat room open, which I haven't opened yet, but I'm sure it's out there going well. You can find that at KFAR660.com. Let's go to the telephones here. We're going to keep your calls pretty brief and pretty simple, but we're going to move ahead here. 458-TALK, right here. Good evening. You're on the air.
Good evening. Is that me?
That's you.
Hi, this is Craig Campo, Governor Palin. Thank you for coming to Fairbanks. And I wanted to give Sarah the biggest kudos ever for her leadership on the area of abundance management and really doing some phenomenal things unseen in recent years with the Department of Fish and Game. So she's got so much done in the last 12 or 18 months. We're really, really impressed with her leadership, and we have inside information, Mike, that Wade Willis and the Defenders of Wildlife are going to be, they're counting the minutes until the governor's gone. They are going to attack Sean Parnell, who they see as weak on this issue, and I just hope that Sarah is very strong with Sean, and he can some of that intensive management and abundance management can rub off on him.
Absolutely. I mean, Sarah, you've done a great job. I mean, we fought so long in this state should just manage the hunters instead of managing the wildlife, and we've shrunk the hunter population along with the wildlife population, and now we've got an opportunity for abundance management to make as many animals as we could possibly use.
Absolutely. And Craig Campo, he has been such the citizen leader on this, and I appreciate all of his good efforts. Craig, let me ask you, why is it that people would not understand that this is about growing our populations of wildlife for abundance so that there is more to view, to consume, if that's what you choose to do? Why is this so difficult for people, especially on the East Coast, to grasp?
Because there's good money in it. Governor, that's what it is. There's great money in raising money when you use the emotion of poor wolf pups and everything else. They never show the caribou that gets torn apart. They never show the baby moose that 80% of them in many game units just get devastated, before they can hardly stand. They don't want to show that. There's no money in that. They want to show these poor wolves and bears. And really, kudos to you and Denby Lloyd and the good folks at Fish and Game. We still have some we got to weed out of there. They're really making trouble. And that paper I handed you has got some good information in it. I'd like you to read it, but I tell you what, things are going great. We don't want to lose traction, so lean on Sean hard.
All right, appreciate your call.
Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. 458-TALK, 458-8255. We go over here. Good evening.
Hey, Michael, JT.
JT, how are you, sir?
Doing just fine. Governor, thank you very much. I just wanted to say, the pundits don't get it, the Anchorage Daily News doesn't get it, but the Alaskans, the people who support you, we get it. We understand why you resigned.
Well, let me tell you that I appreciate that so much. And yes, entering my last year in office is kind of an unconventional decision to not play politics as usual and just hunker down and accept a lame duck status. But I'm going to have freedom now to fight even harder for Alaska, to fight for America, to fight for what's right, and to support other people who will have the freedom to cast the votes and administer the policies and the laws that we need to protect our Constitution. I am so extremely happy because I know that this is the right decision for progress in Alaska.
And we applaud you for that. You know, for the longest time, growing up, I was a Republican. And, not too long ago, I just decided to change my party affiliation to just American.
Right.
And, so a question I have for you is, do you think that there is a political will? I know about the resolution you signed today about affirming state sovereignty, but do you think there is the political will in Alaska to pass a law like in Montana?
You know, it wasn't really discussed this last session, so I don't know if the lawmakers have that political will. I was happy to see that, a resolution anyway surfaced and then was adopted, reminding Congress of 10th Amendment rights that, the United States Constitution limits federal powers to those specifically granted by the Constitution, and no more. Each state possesses the array of rights that we have to continually remind the feds that our founders strove to make certain. And I don't know if there's political will in the legislature. Sometimes I wonder if they are as astute, if you will, some of them, in regards to an education in the Constitution that others like you evidently are. Just keep reminding them.
Well, and a little insight. JT, thanks for your call. Appreciate it, brother. Just a little insight. That piece of legislation started out on my desk. I wrote that based on not my words, but on words that other people have put together, taking the best of all these state resolutions, and it was an act. And see, that's the thing that I think is the problem. We're not all fighters, all of us. I mean, I'm a fighter, and you're a fighter, but not all of us are fighters. And so when they get in there, you get into this politics of compromise and it's the give and take, and I know there has to be some compromise, but when you take something that was very strong, it was an act, it said this is what we're going to do if you don't do these things, and turn it from a 4-page thing into a 1-page resolution, you got to start asking the question, we need something that's a little stronger. We, along with other states, need things that are a little stronger to show the government that we, the United States, these few United States, bound the federal government together to be our instrument and our servant instead of the other way around, which is what it's become today.
And Montana, you say, has a lot. And this is proof then that it is a bipartisan, nonpartisan issue because Montana is led by a Democratic governor.
Yeah, absolutely. Montana, of course, the Montana Firearms Freedom Act, going back to firearms, a phenomenal bill. And again, I put one together. We modeled it after that, sent it in. It's become a resolution as well. We need acts. We need the ability to hold the government accountable to us, the people. And that's where I'm hoping that Sean will be strong on that as we move forward, and that we could find some allies in the legislature who will, instead of watering things down, keep things as strong as they could possibly be so that we can move forward.
Absolutely, but Michael, I still think that it is pathetic that we need pieces of paper, that we need acts and laws to remind Congress.
Oh, absolutely.
That federal government is to be working for us. We are not to be working for the federal government. I think it's a shame that we have to go through this bureaucratic process to remind them of that, but if that's what we have to do.
Well, there's the political will. See, here's the problem on a national level, and it's all legislators, it seems like, at a national level. I'm kind of grouping them together, but it seems like that there's almost no political will to make the necessary changes. We pay lip service to it, but if you really wanted to make a difference, you could do it. If you could get 100 or 200 of your closest friends in Congress to make it happen, you could do it. But is there really the political will? There's the lone voices in the wilderness. There's the Ron Pauls and people like that who are trying to strike back to the Constitution to where we were. But if there's really not the political will, then we're just paying lip service to it. And that's why I think we need stronger leadership in those areas to show them that we're not just giving you lip service. We're going to take us back to what made us great, what made this country the strongest country in the world.
Well, and that brings us to the judiciary, too, to
Absolutely.
the other arm of government. And by the way, I was so happy to get to appoint two great individuals from the Fairbanks area yesterday to local courts, and you guys will, I believe, appreciate those picks. But judiciary too, understanding that their job is to interpret law, interpret our Constitution as our founders intended, not create new law out of it, and not allow it to be this this document that is to be molded according to some new political will of those who are sitting in these positions now. So judiciary, extremely important. Don't forget that aspect of this.
Let's go back